Bernie Sanders is no stranger to having either him or his supporters attacked in a variety of different ways. Some of those are starting to repeat themselves from the 2016 election. Take a look at a recent video from, I believe it's MSNBC.
There's a ceiling. There is nowhere to go, but there is no up to go. And all of those support, I actually overheard someone saying that I thought was an interesting point, that basically at this point, if you are still supporting Sanders as opposed to Warren, it's kind of showing your sexism because she has more detailed plans and her plans have evolved. I thought it was an interesting point, and I think there may be something to it.
Yeah, I agree with all that.
It's a good answer, Chris.
Okay, so in the dictionary, I don't know if this is in the dictionary, but if self-satisfied smile is in the dictionary, the smile she had on after she delivered that thing that she overheard, that would be that smile. And then to have everyone else around the table laugh like it's the end of a sitcom, like Joey, oh Joey, and then everyone laughs and then we end the episode. So that's Emily Tisch Sussman, who used to work for, I believe it's the same organization as Neera Tanden. Daughter of a billionaire, Democratic donor. Just to give you an idea, it doesn't necessarily color a commentary, but you never know. So she overheard it. It's not that she believes that, it's that she just overheard someone say that. And because it was such a nuanced and sophisticated argument, it won her over with its rhetorical power and strength. The thing is, as we've pointed out many times, I understand that some people decided in the first week of the 2016 primary election that Bernie Sanders has only one sort of supporter and they look exactly like I do. That's just not the case demographically, and you can take it up with pollsters, but as we've pointed out many times, polling between November of last year and March of this year found that Sanders was more popular among people of color than among white people. His share of supporters are more likely, they're more likely to be female than men, 41% to 37%. You can say, I don't get that. Why would these facts be true? You can say that, but you can't just discount that those are the facts. That's what every poll shows. And so at some point you have to update your worldview to match.
Yeah, so a couple things here. One, yes, that was a stupid statement. That was an inappropriate statement. It wasn't a fair statement. Also, I do believe Elizabeth Warren's policies and plans are more detailed than any other candidate. They're also, she's not Bernie's twin. And she's not. At some point before everyone started like really breaking it down this election cycle, one was like, okay, they were very similar. What are they gonna split up? It's different. It's been different. And so one could say you're picking Bernie over Elizabeth Warren because they're different and you like what he's talking about a little bit better. So I guess I don't know. It was weird because they're not the same person. Her plans are more detailed than everybody, but it's okay for people to pick other people. A lot of people are picking Joe Biden.
Yeah,
and his
he's
plans
the front runner,
right, exactly. And so it's because they are different. That's why one would pick Bernie over Elizabeth Warren. Also, I cannot separate from that, just because he's got a strong female base, that a lot of women voted for Trump, and there's internalized sexism in that too, absolutely.
Yes,
so
you're not
having
wrong.
women supporters doesn't mean there can't be sexism. That is just completely separate. There's no, I don't understand the argument here of why it is sexist, because they're simply not the same.
Yes, the only reason I pointed out is that if you are implying that the only people left are sexists who should naturally go to Warren but are refusing to based on their sexism, the fact that there are more women supporters than men, that does not necessarily, as you point out, there are women who definitely supported Trump against their own personal interests, but that is something that should be factored into the discussion at the very least.
Okay.
And
yeah, like it seems pretty simple to me. They're different.
Yeah, they're very different, and they're running against each other.
You're right. They have a lot of, I think, shared things, but they are different.
Yeah.
I guess I can't say completely different, but they are very different. And as this goes on, we're seeing that more and more. They're different. They're even different on healthcare, and that's something that I didn't even expect.
Yeah.
They're different. And so that's why people are choosing to go here or choosing to go here.
Yeah. And look, I don't demonize people.
Yeah.
If you want to support Elizabeth Warren, there are many reasons why you might support Elizabeth Warren over Bernie Sanders. I don't, but I understand that a lot of people do.
They're
and
also
I don't
not
hate
the
her.
only two choices.
No, they're the only two.
No, they're not. Stop it.
I heard about a guy, Seth Moulton. I don't even know if he's still in. Then you just have the two. So here's the thing. My main point is MSNBC they're going to be covering this primary nonstop. They're gonna be talking about it a lot. We can take that for granted. If you're gonna be doing that, why not at least educate people about the topics that matter? And the differences between Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, those are significant, especially considering so many people don't yet understand them. So if you want people to understand those differences, I can suggest many people who could come on who are not necessarily descended from billionaires, so you might not know them, you don't necessarily go to the same cocktail parties, but you just did a great job of describing some of the differences. I've made videos explaining the differences. We could do a whole thing on foreign policy. We could do something on how they'd approach climate change. We could do something about their history of activism versus academia. We could do all of that stuff. But what is not a productive way to try to stress the differences between them is simply stating that one group of supporters is sexist and the other is not. That is a complete waste of time, as well as being disproven by the data. Like, you have a responsibility and the resources to bring in the best people to discuss this stuff, and MSNBC at this point isn't even trying. Thank you for watching this clip from the Damage Report. For more content from the show and access to TYT Network members-only exclusives, go to tyt.com/Brooke. Wait, no, it's tyt.com/John. Go to tyt.com/John to sign up.